1 year ago, I bought the craziest Xiaomi gadgets I could find. Turns out I had barely scratched the surface. So this time, I went deep. We've got everything from a lock that you can open using the veins in your palm to Xiaomi's absolutely insane-looking AI robotic dog replacement. So let's start with one that's giving major Father's Day gift Facebook ad energy. Their multifunction flashlight, which, like any half-decent dad product, can do 100 things in one. So, 1000 lumen main light, which is not breaking any records, but then you can zoom. So I can go from floodlight, oh my goodness, to spotlight. That actually massively increases the brightness. There's a side light, which is 2 different levels of white to be able to see what you're doing, but then also it flashes in case you really screw up. So it flashes red for SOS, and then yellow, which is the best at being able to see through fog. There's even a seatbelt cutter for car-based emergencies. Right, seatbelt me. Ah, sorry. This doesn't feel like it's gonna work. What the hell? That is super impressive. But here's what's really going to bring the dads to the yard. A window breaker. Yes, I bought a real car door just to test this. Cheaper than you'd expect, but... So you push down onto the glass, and as soon as enough force is applied... Oh my god! It effectively ejects a spring-loaded breaker into the glass, which shatters the whole thing. They've even added these little ridges on the light to finish off any of the glass that didn't shatter, but there isn't much. And then when you're completely done writing off your mate's Fiat 500, it's got a rotating magnet, so you can attach it to surfaces and then adjust the lighting angle while you pretend to look like you know how to fix a car. Honestly, considering this is a $30 product, this is already a Hall of Fame contender. 9.5 out of 10. Might as well just embrace the inner father at this point with the Xiaomi pressure washer. I will say, as far as pressure washers go, it's fairly smart looking, and it's cordless, so you don't need to plug it in, you just drop the nozzle into a bucket. So first you flick the nozzle to foam, and this is going to coat the whole thing in a layer of soap. One thing I'll say, the coverage is pretty immediate. And the spray. Pretty underwhelming compared to pressure washers that come with their own dedicated compressor units. But it's enough, it's working. And then if I specifically want a little bit more power for stubborn dirt, you can set the nozzle to a jet. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, what average user is going to need more power than that? It's even actually taking the glass out of the windows. So it's not quite pro equipment, but I would say it's everything that a non-pro needs in one sexy package. And just when you thought Xiaomi was done diversifying their portfolio, they also make a smart skipping rope, which uses 3 sets of magnetic Hall effect sensors in the handles to keep track of how many reps you've done, which is absolutely hilarious considering the Nintendo Switch 2 still doesn't have any. And again, incredibly affordable. This thing is $28, and it comes with both the cord for the traditional ankle smacking skipping experience. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ow! Also, it knows that I whipped myself, and it hasn't counted that last rep. Add insult to injury, why don't you? But then, to avoid that entirely, you could also use the thing cordless. I will say these little weights on the ends are doing a pretty good job of simulating the effect without simulating the pain. Let's not kid ourselves. Swinging a pretend jump rope is not going to win you Aura points. 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. And it says 49. So pretty accurate, but not spot on. And then it feeds that data and more to your Xiaomi fitness app. You get the standard stuff like calories, but then also crazy things like a chart that shows the cadence of your workout and your average and max jumps per minute. I don't know who's tracking their skips to that level, but the coolest thing about this for me is really the fact that it doesn't need the app. It's just a skipping rope, but better. Now, when I filmed that last Xiaomi Gadgets video, I fell unexpectedly in love with their motion sensing night light 2. I put them all over my house, and they're one of the best tech products I've ever bought. So, are the new night light 3s even better? The important thing to bear in mind here is this is $15. $15 gets you a light that can go pretty bright and extremely dim, has a magnet on the back to detach it and attach it, has both an ambient light and motion sensor baked in, so it only turns on when it is dark and you walk past. And now the difference between the 2 and the 3 is instead of AA batteries here, this is a rechargeable battery with USB-C charging that apparently lasts up to 8 months before you need to top it up. You know what as well? The 3s aren't quite as bright as the 2s. But I love this. I love that they fixed like the one remaining issue with these nightlights, which is that the twos used to shine directly at you.